Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Peter Welch of Vermont. And Congressman, you've probably bumped into some of your GOP colleagues still hungover from celebrating last night's Wisconsin victory. And they're out suggesting that voters will now be happy cutting necessary spending to pay for unnecessary tax cuts. In this case, the Bush tax cuts. So what's your response?
Well, this is just doubling down on the ideological that the Boehner-led Congress is taking. I mean, they're cutting, for instance, the Securities and Exchange Commission budget. They're cutting the Commodity Future Trading Commission budget, even though they're getting $300 trillion of responsibility to manage the swaps market. And basically the question is, are we going to have a cop on the beat that enforces rules that level the playing field so that commerce can be done in a transparent way? And essentially, the Boehner approach is to abolish all regulations and create kind of a Wild West scenario back on Wall Street. And this is really a reckless approach that's very bad for the economy. Prudent business leaders know you have to have rules of the road.
Well, I guess, you know, future Bernie Madoffs are licking their lips at the thought that these plans to oversee and regulate the financial services industry are literally being attacked by Republicans.
Well, that's what's really so dangerous because, you know, if there's a specific regulation that goes too far, let's change it. We always say that. But the idea that you'd have no regulation or that you would have Wall Street regulating itself, we know exactly what happens. People push it and then drive us over to the cliff. So the notion that you're going to try to unravel institutions that essentially have the responsibility to be the cop on the beat, rather than reform them, rather than make them better, so everyday citizens have a fair shot at moving ahead. This is reckless. I mean, you're seeing it throughout the budget. They want to cut middle-class opportunity by doubling the interest rate on Stafford loans. We can't pass a transportation bill, not because we are in disagreement about the need to repair roads and bridges, but Keystone is now the cause celeb, or coal ash. These things are maybe important issues, but they have nothing to do with the roads and bridges in your community. So this ideological embrace by the Republican of this rabid anti-government approach where you wreck institutions is very damaging for the economy.
Indeed. Congressman Peter Welch of Vermont, thank you for joining us, sir.